How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel and the video review of the FuriBee VR01 5.8 gigahertz FPV goggles with a 4.3-inch screen. And this goggles will have 5 bands and 8 channels, so a total of 40 channels. So let's go ahead and open up the box and see what we got. Here is the layout of the contents of the box. There is not a whole lot of stuff that came in the box. Of course, you get the FPV goggles itself, and you are given a 4 dBi mushroom antenna, as well as a 4 dBi flat panel antenna, which I already assembled on there. And you also get a audio video jack and the power cord. It goes right in here to power up the goggles, and you can attach a 2S or a 3S battery, so 7 volts on up to 23 volts will power the goggles. All right, let's take a look at the goggles. It is made out of plastic. There's no coating or anything like that. It is just a matte finish plastic. And here is the search button, a speaker there, the audio video in, and the power source in, menu button, channel button, and the band or the frequency button there. There's a little clip right here where you can clip on the power supply cord so it doesn't constantly pull on the jack area there, so it relieves the stress. It is one light goggles, guys, and it is really comfortable on your head. At first, when I first received it, I thought, uh-oh, this lip right here is going to dig into my forehead, but and the sponge is kind of on the inside, kind of indented in there, but it doesn't bother you at all. Once you put it on, you forget this lip is even there, so it's really nice. One thing though, there's a big cutout for your nose, and there's some light source coming in from the bottom here, but that does not bother you at all when you're looking at the screen, so that is good. Now the strap itself is not really heavy duty, but is strong enough, and because the goggles are so light that, you know, it does the job very well. Now this goggles is very reminiscent of an earlier reviewed goggles that I've done before, and it is the RC007 goggles. Here is a look at both of them side by side. They are almost the same size. The FuriBee goggles is a slight bigger, but the weight is around the same. But remember, the RC007 goggles come with the battery and the battery strap in the back. This one, however, does not. So that is one thing bad about this goggles here. There's no place to put the battery, even though you have to supply your own battery. They should have made some kind of a holster for it. Maybe perhaps just like the RC007 one, put a little strap in the back. Maybe you can make one yourself, but maybe perhaps you can stick it in here in the belt somehow. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look and see. Let's power it on and take a look at a VTX and go from there. All right, I have the VTX powered on and it's pointing at the product box. So let's go ahead and put the battery on the goggles. All right, it is powered on. I got the cable clipped onto the little battery wire cable clip there. So that's on there pretty securely, so it relieves the stress on the jack itself. So I'm just going to let the battery hang because there's no place to put the battery. All right, now let's go ahead and take a look and see. We got it locked on to channel D-2. So let's go ahead and mess up the channels by pressing the channel and the band. Now we are not connected, so let's check out the auto search button. Let's go ahead and press it. It is automatically searching, and it is locked onto A-6. Let's go ahead and hit it again. And B-3 is locked on as well. Hit it one more time. Okay, it stopped at C-8 with some disturbance. Hit it one more time. And it is locked on to channel D-2, the original locked on channel. And that is what the VTX is set on, D-2. All right, now let's take a look at this mode button here. Short pressing of this mode button takes you from the FPV screen to the audio video screen. There's the audio video screen and back to the FPV screen. Now, long pressing of this mode button will take you into the settings, and here you go. There's the brightness, contrast, color, sharpness, the model number, the language, and exit. Now, you can toggle the brightness by toggling the band and the channel buttons here. By increments of 1. All right, so let's go ahead and get out of this mode by just leaving it, and you are back into the FPV screen there. Now let's press on the band button here. Changes the band. R, A, B, C, D. 5 bands, and let's hit that channel button. It changes the channel. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2. 8 channels. All right, so 5 bands and 8 channels. That gives you 40 channels in all. All right. All right, we got the VR01 FuriBee goggles all set up, ready to go. And I got my phone. That's going to be recording the screen. And what we got here is the MJX Bugs 3 quadcopter, all set, ready to go, with a VTX all-in-one. It is the FuriBee FO3 all-in-one VTX. So I got that hot glued and taped on, and I'm going to supply the power with a 1S battery there, 260 milliamps. And I'm also going to be using my Fat Shark goggles to fly this session FPV, and I'm also going to be recording the session on the DVR of the Fat Shark. All right, so let's go. All right, here we go. Right off the bat, what I'm doing here is going straight towards the 100-meter bush, and to see whether or not if I get any breakups. And so far so good. There's a couple of disturbances there, but right here, turning around, right around 120, 130 meters, and it is doing a fantastic job. There's a couple of disturbance lines there, but it is doing fine. Wow. Now this VR01 goggles, the pixel count is 480 by 272 pixels. So if you look closely at the screen, blow it up a little bit, you are able to see little pixels. But so far so good. You can see everything. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see ghost branches while you're flying amongst the trees. Those are going to be pretty hard to spot. But if you're going to be flying in an open field like this, this is fantastic. Whoa, there's some disturbances there. But now I'm heading towards that small bush, that little bush on the right corner. That is located around 186 meters away from the car, where the goggles are placed. So it is doing fine. It has got the distance, and there's minor breakups here and there, but that is absolutely fine. If you fly FPV, you get those little disturbances all the time anyhow, even with the expensive goggles. Here I am turning around the car, and there's no disturbance whatsoever there. But then again, the goggles are kind of still in a line of sight. It is not completely blocked off. Now headed back towards the 100-meter bush, and we have these lines going down. I don't know if those are disturbances or the LCD refresh rate rather, and I think that's what it is, because those are kind of lines that, okay, now they're kind of going away a little bit, but they're still there. Now turning around the opposite side, all in all, this goggles is doing fantastic. It is sub $50, guys. Right now it is priced at $47 or something like that, I think, and that is a terrific price. Although it does not come with a battery, if you have one of those 2S batteries, you are good to go. Now we're gonna come down here for a landing, and what I'm gonna do on the next clip is I'm gonna do a side-by-side with the Fat Shark DVR recorded video on the right and the same video that we just saw a minute ago on the left. So here we go. Now headed towards the 100-meter bush one more time. As you can see, the Fat Shark goggles are more colored. They're more lifelike colors, whereas the VR01 goggles a little bit washed out look and a lot of pixels. The Fat Shark goggles, of course, being 480 pixel count, it is a lot clearer, but all in all, the VR01 goggles are doing fine. The cost difference is $400 for the Fat Shark goggles plus the receiver versus sub $50 here. So if you are budget minded, the VR01 goggles are a terrific choice. If you're just getting into FPVing, man, this is the way to go here. If you can find something else around this price, they are all around 272 pixel count, like the RC007 goggles that I tested and compared with this one in the beginning of this video. Those are good as well, and this one is holding up just as well as the RC007 goggles. So here we go back to the car, and the disturbances don't bother me at all on the VR01 because the Fat Shark goggles has a couple of disturbances as well. And we are going around the car one more time here, and both goggles are doing fantastic. You know, I mean, for the money, you can't go wrong. This is a fantastic goggles, guys, and it is on sale for $47, I believe. There's a little bit of static there, that refresh rate bar going down, I believe that's what it is. It's not really disturbances from the static. So all in all, the FuriBee VR01 goggles, awesome goggles, and it fits on your face really well. It is very light, and take it with you anywhere. Get some 2S batteries in your pocket to power it up, and you are good to go. All right, so here we go. We're going to come in for a landing. So I thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe and share, and have a great day.